Alright guys, so today I just have a Stihl FS55 here, and I'm going to be replacing the carburetor, the fuel lines, and the fuel filter, as well as the engine air filter. This trimmer will not prime. It's not really feasible to actually rebuild this carburetor. It's cheaper just to replace it. So we'll be replacing it today. And this is the brush cutter model. So it has the full-size handlebars there. So we're going to remove this air filter cap here. Remove the air filter. And inside you will notice two 8mm screws. And we'll remove those. We're carefully going to remove this gasket here. We'll set that aside. The fuel lines on this carburetor are very easy to remove. So to remove those, we're just going to push down here, and you can see they are quite large, the holes I mean, and I'll show you the new one, because if we were to reuse these, and I've had it happen on a lot of these Stihl products, we're actually going to get air intrusion that's going to slip past the fuel line and go into the carburetor, which we do not want. It's going to cause the machine to run lean, and we will never be able to tune it properly. So you're just going to do the same with the feed line, and that is now removed. And the carburetor can slide off, but before you do that, you have to remove the throttle cable, and that is fairly simple to remove as well. So to remove the throttle cable, we're simply going to push down like so, and you can see the throttle cable will just pop right out. Now we can slide the carburetor off. So now here is the original carburetor. It is made by Zama, and it does have a Stihl logo on the bottom, as well as a mark of manufacturer, and it is made in China. This grommet is actually pushed in right here. Well, that's not proper. It should be completely flat. To remove that is very simple. You're just gonna push up like this with a flathead screwdriver. And out comes the grommet and the fuel filter. Set this aside. Oops. So take off this gasket here. And we'll pull the fuel filter out. So I'm just cleaning up any debris that is around the grommet's hole, just to prevent any type of debris causing the grommet not to seal properly. And that looks fairly clean. So we have our replacement fuel line assembly here with our new fuel filter, and we're simply going to install that. So you want to just ensure that no part of the grommet is tucked under, and you want it to be flat, just like this. It's very easy on these Stihls to get the grommet to become tucked under. As you can see on this previous fuel line assembly, it was actually pushed in. So we've got a replacement carburetor here, and we're going to be reusing our gasket. So just push the fuel lines out of the way. We'll put it on our gasket and our carburetor. So with the Stihl machines, it's very simple, and you can see how much smaller these holes are in the new fuel lines compared to the fuel lines that I had previously taken off. See, there they are side by side, and these would never seal again. That's why we replaced them. And the shorter line is going to go to the bottom, and the longer line, which is the priming line, will go to the top. And you can't get them mixed up because this line won't reach to there, and if you put this one on the bottom, it's going to have a big loop in it. Okay, so we're going to get our throttle cable reattached here. So reattaching the throttle cable can be a little tricky, but it's no different from taking it off. So if you notice here on our old carburetor, in one end of this throttle plate there is actually a small hole, and that's where the end of the throttle cable is going to seat into. So just position the flat slot up, and then we're going to pull up on the throttle here. And we're going to turn that so that it is up. Just like that, our throttle cable is now attached. So we're going to put our gasket on here and our air filter housing. We can now reattach the two 8mm nuts that we had removed. So I'm now installing our replacement engine air filter. And we'll reinstall the cover. We'll add some fuel to this machine and we'll get it started. Okay, so now we'll turn the kill switch to the run position. We will prime the carburetor and we'll attempt to start the machine. You can see it is idling now. I did have to adjust the carburetor. These carburetors never come set up properly from factory. But the clutch is working. We'll squeeze the trigger here, and you can hear this is a happy engine. Everything is now working as it should. And that is how simple and easy it is to replace the carburetor on your Stihl FS55. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please leave a comment, and I'll see you guys later. Have a good one.